Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am delighted to have a very, very good friend of mine from a little corner of Southeast Florida called Fort Lauderdale, and that is none other than Tracy Vaughan. Good afternoon, good morning to you, Tracy.
Good afternoon, Graham. Glad to be
Oh,
joining.
yeah, it's only 4 hours, so you're actually afternoon already in Lauderdale.
Yes, I am.
Good. Um, Tracy, you've been involved with Florida and with Lauderdale for some years now. Lauderdale has particular, if you like, values, and it's attributed to a very inclusive nature in terms of its tourism. Do you think you could explain to our listeners a little bit more about that?
Absolutely. I mean, it is actually part of our whole marketing campaign is talking about how we welcome everyone. And it's really about who we are as a community, because as a community, we have 170 different nationalities that live here. 140 different languages are spoken in this county. And so when we kind of look at ourselves, we think about, well, who do we want to attract? Well, you want to attract people like yourself, right? And so that's kind of how we came up with this, everyone under the sun. So we are a very, very diverse community. In all of Florida, actually, we're the most diverse community throughout the state. And we're also known too as the LGBTQ capital of Florida, and actually have the second largest LGBTQ community within the US is actually based right here in the greater Fort Lauderdale area. So, and we take great pride in that. And that's why it's a big part of our messaging is that, we want everyone to feel welcome here. It is part of one of our pillars that we promote when we're out and about talking about all the wonderful things to see and do here and enjoy here. But we want everyone to feel like they're very welcome. And that's, I think, is probably, one of the most, one of our biggest assets is that you just come and be who you are and come be you. And that's really important to us. And I think you can feel it when you're here, that people they're here to be themselves and relax and enjoy themselves. And I do feel like in so much, we're different than some of our other counties around me in the sense that we are much more casual, I think, in just our day to day.
It's, as you know, I've been to Lauderdale many, many times, and it always strikes me as a very non-judgmental place to visit. No one really cares who you are. As long as you're non-violent, people are going to respect and welcome you.
And that you nailed it right there. We really want to attract people that love this area like we love it and want to respect the area like we respect it. And I think that's just a big part of who we are. And you're so right, because it really is just come be you, and relax and enjoy yourself. I definitely feel that here. And I've lived in different parts of Florida. I've promoted all of Florida previously. And every community has its own personality. And ours truly is just that casual, relaxing, just enjoy yourself. And you're right. No one's going to judge you. We're not here for that.
Well, having established the fact that everybody's going to be welcome, what can I enjoy when I get there? What sort of things have you on offer?
Well, I mean, obviously, we're most known for our beautiful beaches and our sunny days. I mean, you can kind of see out my window here. It's another beautiful day in greater Fort Lauderdale. But our beaches, we have 38 kilometers of beautiful, beautiful beaches along the intracoastal. We're really about the outdoors. And I think water culture is probably our biggest selling point, but you can enjoy it in so many different ways because we're anchored, to the east by the Atlantic Ocean, and to our west, we have the Everglades, a beautiful one-of-a-kind ecosystem that you won't find anywhere else in the world. And then in between, we have 483 kilometers of waterways that you can experience. So there's so many different ways just to enjoy our great outdoors here, and particularly including water. So I tell people you can be on the water, in it, or under it. We're actually the only place in the US where you can shore dive or snorkel. So you can literally walk in from the shore to our first reef, and we're a 3-tier reef system that we have here. So you can actually do that, on a very easy to get gear and enjoy the underwater. But you can certainly be underwater, like whether you want to go kayaking or paddle boarding. You want to enjoy. The thing you must do, and everyone has to do, is our water taxi, which is our hop on, hop off, but it's a boat instead of a bus like you have there in London. And it has 20 different stops. It's such a fun way to experience the city. I feel like it's that kind of behind the scenes, because you're touring back behind people's homes, and our captains on those boats are so informative, and they tell you fun stories about who lives in what house and their boats, and just such a great way. So if you're staying downtown, you can take it to the beach, and vice versa. If you're out at the beach and you want to come into downtown Fort Lauderdale to go dine along beautiful Las Olas or shop, which is kind of our main street through through Fort Lauderdale, such a beautiful boulevard. So you can take it, as far south down to Hollywood, Florida, down to Margaritaville, the flagship hotel here. And so that's a big part of who we are. And of course, I tell everybody, between the water taxi and of course going to the west and seeing the Everglades. Again, one of a kind. Got to get on an airboat tour, go out, experience that. Such a unique experience. I highly, highly recommend it.
With the addition of with the addition of the Bright Line Railway now, which is pretty much all up and running all the way up to Orlando and down to Miami, that must be a major asset for you, for people that want to base themselves in Fort Lauderdale for a lengthy time. Brits, as you know, tend to go on holiday a little bit longer than, say, domestic tourism in America. But it's a really good place, so you can take a day trip to Miami or up to West Palm Beach or wherever, really.
Yeah, we love the Bright Line. It's such a gorgeous, beautiful train. It's quick. It's essentially 35 miles south to Miami, or 35 minutes, 35 minutes south to Miami, 35 minutes north to West Palm. There's also stops at Aventura, which is closer, and Boca Raton, again, closer. So real easy to enjoy, this little enclave down here in Southeast Florida. And it is it should be part of an experience as well. And the other great thing I just want to share too, just talking about, our public transportation now, that we have trains, and we can take that to Orlando as well. But we also have a system here called Circuit, and it's those little golf carts. I wouldn't be surprised if we see one go behind me. But you can take Circuit too. So we're really promoting too. I know a lot of international travelers don't necessarily want to have a rental car, but they feel like when they're in the US, that's kind of like a necessity. But I tell people here, we're really pretty easy to get around with the Circuit. It's a free service. It's an app. You just download it. If you're out at the beach and you want to come into town, it's a certain range that they go within, and you can catch that little golf cart. So you can come in. You don't have to worry about driving or having a car. So I feel like we're fairly friendly for being able to, once you're kind of in your area, like even if you're in Fort Lauderdale Beach, so many restaurants along the beach there. So it's easy just to, to park yourself there. You can have different, dining experiences just by walking, for one thing, but also just being able to utilize the Circuit as well. And biking, of course. We have our Broward bikes that are available for rent, and most of our hotels, an awful lot of them have bikes too.
Excellent. Well, it's always been one of my favorites, Tracy, and I wish you the very best of luck in promoting this inclusivity over the next 12 months. I think it's a badge of honor. It's a good brand attribute to have, in my opinion, and good luck. I wish you the very, very best.
Thank you, Graham. Appreciate it.
Speak to you soon.
Okay. All right. Bye.
Bye.